All right, Robert Mueller testified today before Congress, but not once, but twice. He did so to finally lay out his findings regarding his assignment to try and get to the bottom as to whether or not President Trump colluded with the Russian government to help him win the election, to which Mueller, by the way, concluded that Trump did not. Also to find out if Trump did somehow try and get in the way of the investigation by obstructing justice, to which Mueller tended to suggest, yes, he did. In essence, what happened today was a win for both Republicans and for Democrats, both of whom used the Mueller testimony to have him repeat or agree with what they wanted to hear. Now, some would argue that it was less about the search for truth than it was, like much of what happens in our country today, a competition to win the argument for your side at the expense of the other side, at all costs, of course. Isn't that what's happening? Anyway, Mueller seemed somewhat confused by much of the questioning and appeared to maybe not have as thorough knowledge of the investigation as many expected that he would. But there were, and I want to show you these, two moments that seemed significant enough for re-examination. And both will likely be used again when and if this continues to come up. Let me take you through them. So for Democrats, it was this exchange I'm about to play for you. This exchange between Mueller and California Congressman Ted Lieu. Take a listen.
So to recap what we've heard, we have heard today that the president ordered former White House counsel Don McGahn to fire you. The president ordered Don McGahn to then cover that up and create a false paper trail. And now we've heard the president ordered Corey Lewandowski to tell Jeff Sessions to limit your investigation so that you stop investigating the president. I believe a reasonable person looking at these facts could conclude that all three elements of the crime of obstruction of justice have been met. And I'd like to ask you, the reason, again, that you did not indict Donald Trump is because of OLC opinion stating that you cannot indict a sitting president, correct?
That is correct.
Mueller later tried to take back that statement, but the damage had been done. The die had been cast. Now, one of the best moments for Republicans on the other side came when Congressman Tom McClinton, also of California, interestingly enough, was able to show that the entire case upon which the entire Mueller investigation is built upon is really suspect. Why? Well, because a U.S. district judge found that there is no direct evidence linking the trolling operation that posted the so-called anti-Hillary materials and the Russian government. That's important. Now, I want you to hear this. Here's the exchange between Mueller and this California congressman.
Your report famously links Russian internet troll farms with the Russian government. Yet at a hearing on May 28th in the Concord Management IRA prosecution that you initiated, the judge excoriated both you and Mr. Barr for producing no evidence to support this claim. Why did you suggest Russia was responsible for the troll farms when in court you've been unable to produce any evidence to support it?
Well, I'm not going to get into that any further than I already have.
But you have left the clear impression throughout the country through your report that it was the Russian government behind the troll farms, and yet when you're called upon to provide actual evidence in court, you fail to do so.
Well, I would again dispute your characterization of what occurred in that proceeding.
So you haven't heard that we're the ones covering the stories that you won't see covered anywhere else? In Venezuela, Kazakhstan, let's go to Hong Kong. And the media reaction to that has been crickets. How about the way we cover those stories? What the hell does that mean? Huawei. That's the key word in this case, uprising. Keep? Can you believe that? Watching. This is the right thing for members of the media to do, to actually pick sides. Look, if you like what you see, subscribe.